Alright everybody, I am back again with another video. Today we have bold predictions for this season, and of course, for 2018-2019. So, we're going to start off a little bold, and say Philly ends up with the 5th overall seed. Now, what I'm saying is that Milwaukee will be the 3rd seed behind Toronto and Boston, and Indy will get the 4th seed. The Pacers will be the 4th seed. What I'm also saying is we will see when it comes to the playoffs, but there's more on that later. The next bold prediction. Toronto trades for a big man and pushes for the playoffs. Who that big man is, I really don't know. I honestly feel like it's going to be someone along the lines of Marc Gasol, but we will just see what happens. The next one, KD goes home. Win or lose, I feel that KD will leave Golden State. I feel he will, no matter what, leave. And what better place to go than home in DC? The next bold prediction, Kawhi stays in Toronto. Because let's be honest, it's the best for him. The next bold prediction, Nikola Jokic makes his first All-Star game. I feel that this is going to happen this year. Not only will he get his first All-Star game appearance, but he will be all defense. No matter what, he will be on one of the all-defense teams. The next bold prediction, Orlando sends Aaron Gordon home to Phoenix. For what? Who knows? Hopefully Josh Jackson is a part of that deal because he does not fit in what Phoenix's long-term plans are. Long story short. With that, Phoenix builds for next year. The next bold prediction. The Clippers fire Doc. They trade Pat Beverly, Lou Williams, Tobias Harris, Danilo Gallinari, and everybody else that they can, and just begin a rebuild. The next bold prediction. Jimmy Butler ends up in Denver, and they end up with a 4th seed and the West and push for the West Finals. The next bold prediction. No one joins LeBron, and the Lakers don't find any trades. What I mean by this is Kawhi is going to stay home, as I said. KD is going to the East. The OKC is building forward. Portland might fall apart. AD and New Orleans are going to stay together and try to do something. Golden State's slowly getting older. Some of these teams are starting to realize, even if Golden State stays where they are and KD stays, the West is still hard to beat. A lot of people want to stay and do their own thing. A lot of people want to go and make the East competitive again. I don't see anybody joining LeBron anytime soon. And everybody says that there's trade this, trade that. I don't see any trades. Unless they waste their money and bring in Mike Conley, I don't see a trade happening. And they're not going to waste valuable assets if they have any. The Lakers don't have proper assets. And if they are going to waste any of these improper assets for a Mike Conley, then they may as well just give up now. Next bold prediction. Toronto and Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals. Hear me out. With how big Boston is, with how great Boston is going to be, this is something I see that can possibly happen. Because there's a chance that things are going to happen in a way where Toronto is going to get that first or second seed. If Boston gets the other, and Indy and Milwaukee push for 3 and 4, and you get these guys headed towards each other on a collision course at certain points, it's going to be nuts when we get certain teams rolling around. Now, I wanted to say Milwaukee with this, but I feel like Indiana has so many good pieces and they have so many good assets that they can push for that. And with that, Toronto would beat Indiana. I'm going to say probably in about 5 or 6 games. I want to say 6 games. Toronto would win and move to the finals. The next bold prediction, Houston will lose in the first or second round of the playoffs. Here's why. Just like with Boston, as I was trying to say with Boston. Boston can get that 70 wins. But they're going to come across a team. Houston will, Boston will as well. They're going to come across a team in the first round or even the second round that is young and hungry. And they're going to want to be, they're going to be so hungry that they're going to push as hard as they can to beat Boston or Houston. And when it happens, Houston doesn't have enough assets to handle it. Boston does have the assets to handle it. But I just think Boston needs that extra year to gain a little bit more. They need to get a couple of contracts off the books so they can rebuild. Plus, they have possibly 3 or 4 draft picks this offseason. You might as well load up and just go all in next year. Next bold prediction. Dallas makes a big trade and pushes for the playoffs. And makes the playoffs. What that big trade is, I don't know. I don't think they're going to go after Jimmy Butler. I don't think that the Minnesota Timberwolves want Harrison Barnes. The issue is, though, I think that Minnesota's crazy enough to take on Harrison Barnes if there's enough assets attached to it. What I do think is going to happen, in all honesty, is Dallas makes a couple of trades for younger guys to make Dallas even more agile, more fit and more everything, and builds around Luka and Dennis Smith. So the idea that I have always been saying for the last couple of weeks is why not go after like a Dragon Bender or something like that and gain the ability of, hey, we went younger, we gained better assets, we have another replacement for Dirk on the way, we've got all these different assets in the build. Let's do what we can and push forward. And, I mean, they can make a big trade, too. I do possibly see them making some kind of trade along the lines of Jimmy or somebody like that. But, again, they're going to make a trade, a big trade, a little trade, a couple of sideways trades, and they will make the playoffs. Another bold prediction. The Spurs missed the playoffs for the first time since 1997. Talk about a bitch slap. Next bold prediction. The Lakers barely get 30 wins and don't make the playoffs. Let's be honest here. When you have a team that has 1 star and a couple of pieces you cherry-picked through the draft and you're not ready, you can't expect a lot in 1 year. Best record, worst record. For the best record, my bold prediction is Golden State. As always, they're going to have the best record. The worst record, Golden State will have the best record. The worst record is going to be Phoenix. I think Phoenix will, if they understand what they're doing, they will find a way to gain a few more draft picks. They will find a way to gain more assets in return. I do think that they will go after Aaron Gordon, probably in a trade during the draft this coming year. However, we will see what happens with that. But in all honesty, to make a very long story short, I think that Phoenix will get the worst record and, again, a number 1 pick. Executive of the Year, Danny Ainge. Coach of the Year is going to be Brad Stevens. And now, to the things that you came here for, to the very specific predictions. 6th Man of the Year, Terry Rozier. Most Improved Player, my bold prediction is Jamal Murray. Rookie of the Year, Luka Doncic. Defensive Player of the Year, I'm saying Anthony Davis. And the most valuable player this year is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I also have one more that I saved for last. This could have been done earlier, but I actually just thought of it, so I'm going to do it right now. The first coach fired is going to be Dave Yeager. The coaches following him will be Doc Rivers and Igor Kokoshkov, if I even said that name right. Phoenix will realize what they did wrong. They're going to re-up on the coach. They're going to re-up on the GM. They're going to re-up on everybody. And another thing, another bold prediction, James Jones will not be the GM of the Phoenix Suns. That is my time, everybody. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Leave a comment if you liked it. Don't forget to hit the like button, and give me some more ideas for some new videos. I got some new stuff coming out soon. I will keep you posted on that. Other than that, have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time.